Saturday. Yes, it is a Saturday. Whoa, that was weird. All of a sudden, my screen just disappeared. Happy Saturday, everybody. Get we. Who said get we? How are you doing today? Watched the video 8 years ago. As informative as you are today. Oh my goodness. What did I do 8 years ago? Speedy recovery to Art by Sparkle. Is she okay? Sparkle, what happened, honey? I didn't see your post. I can't scroll up though, sadly. I hope you're okay. Hi, John. Hope everybody's doing all right. So, yesterday, we had an incident. The phone died, all the juice. This phone is so sensitive, I can't even touch it to spin it around. It keeps wanting to take me off screen. I took my cover off, and so now the phone is really sensitive. So even though I had it plugged in, I ran out of juice and the video completely died. I did read up that plugging it into a computer is not a smart thing. Wow, you're still in the hospital, Sparkle? Oh my goodness, honey. Hugs and loves. Oh my God, let's get that stuff out of your, let's get that stuff out of your respiratory system, sweetheart. Everybody send good, beautiful vibes to Sparkle, please. So yes, and I read up that actually plugging into a computer to recharge does not necessarily charge it that well or that fast. So anyway, trying something different. The case is off though on my phone and it's super sensitive. As soon as I touch it, I can't see the screen. So you know how much I like to flip back and forth and make my point on camera. I may not be able to do that much today until I get my case back on. So yeah, please get better, Sparkle. And everybody's pulling for you. And I'm glad you can watch us on your phone, hopefully, wherever you're at, sending you color vibes, because color is very healing, according to all the books. And I need as much of that oxytocin or whatever that one hormone is that releases for stress. I'll take as much as that as I can get, right? All right. So we sort of ran through the colors yesterday. We got cut off right where I said, here's the 11 color lineup. I did rework that brown. I felt the brown was a little bit red, and there's about half of these colors still have to go into the lab on Monday. That's what this whole pre-order event is about. Like, you pre-order while we're still making it, and we give you gifts for waiting, but then also kind of being part of the color naming and the feedback. So I felt that red was way too red. It looked good on my table in the other room, but in here, when I dissolved it in the water, that was an eye opener. Also, I got a lot of feedback on whether to do the whether the pre-event bonus for this around would be a purple or the white. Now, of course, there are people that immediately reacted because they like color, but I got an awful lot of messages and phone calls that this would actually be more valuable. You can make a lot more colors with this. So I may do a poll. I may just override you guys and do this, because you can always take this white and mix it with one of the purples to get this. We can eventually bring this out. I just am limited on what I'm going to do with my 11 colors. Oh my goodness, Harley is here. Dude, I really don't want you up here. No. Do I have to hold you in front of the camera? Come here. Come here. You want to see everybody? Give me 1 second. I need to put this on focus. The phone needs to be on focus. These word notifications, and it's freezing up my screen if somebody calls. So you can hear, and it did say spam, and hear that sound? Can you hear me now? There was no sound for a minute. The sound should be back. So what happened was someone tried to call and I had my focus off. I was trying to get the camera to work. And without the focus on, if someone tries to call, it pauses the feed. Can you hear me now, Sandy? You hear me good? Okay, good, good, good. So it's back. Okay, and I took the I put the focus back on. So anyway, so I reworked the brown. And I'm gonna show these to you real quick one more time since three kinds of whites. Yeah, the titanium, I mean, I guess we could do I feel like if I give titanium to you guys, I need to do like a 2 or 4 ounce bottle of it, but because I know that we can go buy titanium white paint, but it's not the same as having the pure titanium pigment. And I have to keep remembering, put myself in you guys' shoes, not my shoes, your shoes. I need to try to think like, what would you need? What do you want? Which is kind of the whole purpose of doing this Color Play Live. I think it's really interesting. I've learned so much from you guys, just about what we need to, I would take both. Yeah. Happy with any free bottle. Thank you, Miss Kathleen McGee. Bill said she'd love 3 kinds of whites. Right. So yeah, and then, oh, I'll show you. It's a surprise. So let's get down to what we do have. And one more time, because we have some people here that didn't see yesterday's thing. I promise it won't take quite as much time as it did. I even have a canvas back here. And remember all those paints I mixed up into the Dutch pour consistency. Now, even though I am not a Dutch pour expert, I am willing to lay myself on the line and tint a few of these interferences that we thin down to Dutch pour consistency and at least have a go at it after we do these colors. So that's kind of what we're gonna do today. But I do want to revisit some of these colors and this brown I have on my paper. I gotta be really careful and not really touch my freaking out right now. Let me try to just flip it over. Good. Yeah, but we may not be flipping around very much. I touch any part of my phone and it's taking me off screen for you guys. Yeah, I have some surprises for you. So this is actually from my work table this morning, making some variations of the brown. So the original brown we had, we called it chocolate. I'm gonna sit these back here, just out of the way. And I got some advice from Saskia to just drop a paintbrush on there. I don't have to soak the whole thing up. Yet I do have some puppy pad squares. Keep my table from getting completely, totally saturated underneath, because it was yesterday. It was getting really, really wet by me doing this. Okay, so I'm still gonna wet the paper, because watercolor paper is meant to be wetted down. And this is a 90 grade watercolor paper. Really want to let the water soak in, get into all those fibers. If I was doing a background for watercolors, I'd be taking a lot of time. It takes me about 15 minutes to get my background wet. So we're just trying to do a short, fast, and nasty. Okay, I do have this little tray, which I think is going to help. So this was the one, get the cleanest one I can see. I think the center has a lead. These, I can't say that my mixing things are perfectly clean. Wait a minute, this'll work. I have one that'll work that's smaller. Let's grab this one. Okay. I'm seeing people say stuff. Hopefully you guys are just saying hello. Best group ever. You're such a sweetheart. Okay, so this was yesterday's that I thought was too red. Okay. And I like making a reddish brown because it allows me to go cool or warmer. It sits in the middle of that guide, right? But this one was way too red. So I'm just gonna put a drop of the color on there. You see what I'm talking about? How that came out to such a red brown? There's a much better way to take a look at this, and I'm able to actually pick this sucker up. So that was the brown yesterday, and I thought it was way, 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 way too brown. Okay, put a little water in each one of these. And let's look at, now, this one was the first one I made, and you guys are going to really be shocked at the difference. Now, the bummer is I wish I could put this top on this type of bottle. I can for shaking it, but there's no way to squeeze glass, right? So even if I wanted to shake it, okay, I got to drop out by shaking it. Okay, this is proof positive what I mean by red shade blue and green shade blue. These are both made identical bases, these two right here, but here is your proof in the whole color mixing thing. Let me see if I can't get my brush clean here so I don't taint it. To be fair, okay, get another little brush here. All right, this one's made with green shade blue, but everything else is the same. Look what happens. Now that's a really interesting brown, and mixed in white, this would be stunning. But see what happens by just changing the blue when you're making your color. Okay, now this is made with red shade blue. Now that looks more like a chocolate drop brown. Well, you can like the reddish one. Now here's the beautiful thing with this. You can start with this brown and obviously redden it up. See how this looks like it's got a green tint to it, and this looks more like a natural chocolate drop brown? Like a sable brown or saddle brown, yeah. Now, if I was to add a little white to this, even though we've got water in here, I just want to show you, I really think this color in the middle with the green, I'm going to put 1, 2 full drops. Now, this is an aqueous white. It's just pure aqueous white. I don't know how much I'm going to have to add. In the real world, the smart way would be to take your white. Here, let me get back on camera here. We don't have the camera right there where you can see all of this. If I was going to do it proper mixing, I'd start with my white, right? So there's a little white in there. And then say, how much of this greeny brown do I have to add to get to some kind of gorgeous shade? You can make all kinds of pretty neutrals. It's not a bad color. That's actually a really pretty khaki color. But just by using identical bases, there's nothing different between these two except the blue that was used. So this is proof to you guys. And again, let's see what happens if we use this brown with the white. 1, 2, 3 drops. Let's get ourselves a clean brush so we're not tainting it with this greeny brown. I just thought this was a really great exercise to show you guys. And see, now I'm getting a really pretty, creamy, warm beige. See that by adding that white? See the difference? Night and day. And it just has to do with the blue that's been used to make a brown, and brown is made with yellow, red, and blue. So the only thing that's different between these two was green shade blue and red shade blue. Yeah, these are okay, so Victoria, good question. Victoria is asking what are these stuff and how are they different than anything else? Okay, so we're going to go through the real quick lesson here, because that's a good question, and someone new to Purely Pigments would not know. So let's go through the whole paint industry, pretty much saturations that you find in products. Okay, Victoria, this is for you, my love. All right, So a tube of Amsterdam paint, this is 120 mils, right? Which is basically 4 fluid ounces, okay? The pure color content in this tube is about 1 to 1.5 mils of pure color to the full 4 ounces. Okay, now when you go to an ink, you'll get somewhere between 1 to 2. And oh, I'm not done, Victoria, sweetheart. We're doing this all for you, love. So then when you get to an ink, you've got the same amount of color that's in this, but in a 30 ml bottle, right? So it feels like, oh, this has got a way more color, right? Because the 1.5 to 2 mils of color in the 30 is what you find in your ink. Now, next step up is fluid acrylics. We have our own fluid acrylics, Golden, Matisse, Holbein. You know, this is our version of a fluid acrylic. Now, benchmark to this, fluid acrylics are usually 3 mils of color per 30, or a 1 ounce, right? So 3 mils of color per 30 mils, where this is about 1.5. Okay, so up until Purely Pigments release, fluid acrylics, whether it's Holbein, Matisse, Golden, ours, I'm not sure all the companies that make a fluid acrylic, because, you know, we're not the only ones. That would have been considered the most saturation you could find in a coloring system. Purely Pigments, my love, is 26 mils of color to 30. There's 4 mils of carrier in there just to get it to drop out of the bottle. Basically what this is your chemistry set. It's my chemistry set I'm giving to you, even though I'm going beyond the basic red shade blue, green shade blue. But we started with the first 2 sets of the raw color that I use to make paints, and then some custom blends that I've made. And of course, I'll continue to make the blends. This color is called Oriental Blue, which is actually your pure ultramarine. That's what this is. So there you go. There's your introduction. Doesn't hurt to ask at all, especially in the middle of a reveal like this. This is a perfect opportunity to explain the difference, Victoria. And you can see I have all my stuff ready to answer that question when anybody asks that. So anyway, green shade blue, red shade blue, very much different when you're doing your paint mixing. Someone said they like it red. Okay. So let's take this, the new chocolate drop, because this is going to be the one that's in there. And you like it a little bit redder. We'll put some chocolate drop in there. And that red oxide. Where's our red oxide? Somewhere in the line. Here is our red oxide. It's called rusted oxide. It's really, really thick, but it has a beautiful rusty red. As a matter of fact, since we didn't do it for the team here, you guys get to see rusted oxide straight. Those of you that saw this yesterday, I apologize. But we did have some of our broadcasts cut off, and it's kind of important that people see this. So the rusted oxide, I'm going to put a little bit of water. And I think the paintbrush actually shows a better, see how red that is? That rusted oxide. No, it doesn't hurt to see this again, but I'm breaking this. See how thick that color is, Victoria? Especially the rusted oxide and the golden nickel, which is like your nickel as a gold. Okay, so the person who said they like it red, okay, add rusted oxide to this chocolate, and it should warm it up for you, because if you put actual red in there, it may change it too much. So let's add some of the rusted oxide to our chocolate drop. Oh, come on, bottle. They're not completely full. And this color's really thick. These are my lab samples I made, guys, so. Okay, so there's a little doodah. You can see both the colors are in there, okay? And For the sake of the water's probably the easiest way to show these off without putting them in acrylic. Yeah, I think that little color spot of the rusted oxide's really neat, right? Let's get another watercolor strip here. See if I can find a little one. Get these, I'll get my khaki. I'll leave the chocolate drop here. There's that red version. Just want to get that watercolor paper nice and wet. Mix these two up. Now this is rusted oxide and the new chocolate drop. Trying to break that pigment down. And now you got a more warmer red. You see, I mean a warmer brown. And if you want more warmth to it, you can add a tiny little bit more of the rusted oxide. But see that in there? Now you've warmed up that chocolate drop. Well, you're watching me. There's lots of videos. Grim Orion artist said she just got them. She's never used them. Orion, there's a lot of videos in that live feed where you're going to see me put them in resin. You're going to see me put them in acrylic. You're going to see me turn them into beautiful sparkly paint. Yesterday and today is about revealing the new set that we've got up for the pre-order event that's going on right now. But no, this is what we're showing you right now is basics of the mixing. And so like I said, if you want to get to a warmer brown, you can add your rusted oxide to the chocolate drop. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this khaki color. It really is a pretty color. Maybe in the next release, because I don't want to, you know, get rid of it. I thought it was viable enough to show you. You called it umber, which it really isn't a burnt umber, but it was, you know, what I had at the time. So the chocolate drop is going to be that color. We've seen the rusted oxide. Okay, now the Love Struck. I had, and we're calling this one Hugs and Kisses. I was trying to make a wine, and I did make a wine. But in the journey of making a wine, I ended up making this red that looks an awful lot like the Love Struck in the Primer Elements. Wow, the tip of my bottle has brown on it. That's not fun. Come on, get that off. Get the brown off the edge. Okay, let's get my paper nice and wet. So I was thinking about the red last night, all right? And if there's something I could do with that red to make it a little bit prettier, it's a good thing I have a whole bunch of these little trays, huh? Even though they need to be washed immediately, Leslie. I have a little bin to throw them in, and I got to remember to wash them or I permanently stain them, and then I can't use them in another broadcast. Okay, so when I did this red, yeah, it's a gorgeous red. Love the Love Struck. But on the paper, I don't know if it was missing something or not. Something wanted me to revisit this today. Call me crazy. Now, it looks brown in the bottle, and it kind of looks like a brown-red here mix. Now, remember, these are pure colors. I'm not going to pour the whole thing on. But as soon as it gets there, you see it's that yummy, bloody red. Almost a brick color, right? So what if I wanted to warm that up a bit? I could warm it up with the electric orange or the blood orange. Okay, but I don't really want it orange, okay? Hollyberry might work because it still has a coolness to it, right? But I like the depth. I was looking for such a deep, deep, deep bloody red color. So I don't know if just by adding just a touch of Holly Berry. Well, this one does not want to open up for me. Oh, I switched this one out because it had a good label on it, and mine was my lab sample, but I've never opened this bottle up yet. Fun. Great, great, great. See if it opens up on camera for me very well. Okay, so see, the Holly Berry red to me was too light. I have a tendency to like deeper reds, and I have a tendency to really like the deep crimson, bloody red. I love that crimson color, right? But if I wanted to just warm this up, I'm not saying lighten it, it should enrich it. I'm going to put 2 drops of the new Hugs and Kisses. I can't call it Love Struck. Hugs and Kisses to 1 drop of Holly Berry. Okay, 2 to 1. Let's find out where we're at. Again, this is, I believe me, there is nothing wrong with that color. This is my cup of tea. But there are people that are going to want it a little bit warmer. They may want to say, well, that still looks too pinky to me, or too whatever to me, whatever it might be that they're feeling. There's enough water in this. It still made it more red. So it just made it a deeper red. So then let's do one other thing. If I wanted to add, let's say, I don't know if I want yellow. I like to go darker. I'm the girl that would be adding magenta to this thing. There is one other color called blood orange, and so it may make me feel like it's warming it up a little bit. Yeah, I love that color. Don't get me wrong. I love this color. I'm just trying to show that if people had another option, so say that wasn't the perfect red, they may say that looks too cool. Okay. Or too pink. I don't mind a red having that cool tone, but some people do. Of course, when you see this compared to the color that I think translates to wine and roses, see that looks too orange to me. That's going to bring in an orange. So adding that blood orange changed it way too much. I do like the color the way it is, the Hugs and Kisses, but I wanted to give you guys an option, the freedom, the flexibility to fix, change, alter, update, anything you like. This is your chemistry set. So you get to play with this as you like, right? Okay, so that is the Love Struck color, which is now called Hugs and Kisses. And let's see, what else did we go through? The ochre was very well received. We still haven't named this. I was going to call it Gin after a ginger candy, but I think I'm probably going to have to do this. So with the rich, how would I make a dark chocolate? Well, you add a tiny bit of more blue-red shade. Obviously, the green shade makes a khaki. See, that khaki's over there. The red shade is what deepens it. This is what it looked like straight for me, right out of the bottle with just a little Vivid Art fluid, right? So depending upon how much you put in there, Sandy, this is my lab table sample right here. Straight out of the bottle, a little bit of art fluid and my finger rubbing it all over. So, you know what? That's not a bad name. Can I call it Bite of Honey? Because I don't know if I could get into trouble with a franchise issue, you know, the trademark issue with the same name. But I do love, oh, you're welcome, Sandy. You are so welcome. But blue normally will darken a brown. depending upon what else you see in the brown. You really got to look at it, spread it out, and say to yourself, do I see more yellow? Do I see more red? Do I see more blue? Bit of Honey would be a great name. But would I get in trouble with this? Because that's a name of a product, Bit of Honey. Do they make that anymore? I could call it a Touch of Honey. And since we're talking about it, it's just, obviously there's still red on my finger. Color's gonna keep getting transferred if you keep putting my fingers in everything. Let's get a little bit of the Bit of Honey. That real burnt wood color, yep. Bit of Honey, since it's, I don't want to infringe on anything. I could say a Touch of Honey. Touch of Honey. I like that name. A taste of honey. Wait a minute. Tasty, much sweeter than wine. What was that song? How did that song go? Nectar of the Gods. Yeah, you're right. Look at this. It does remind me of curry. We already have a turmeric. We could call it curry yellow. God, there's some color in there. Still needs to be broken down. Remember, these are pure colors, and they're breaking down as I'm sitting there mixing them. There's no about a doubt this one. Oh, man. A bit of honey, tasting much sweeter than wine. Yep. Bit of honey, touch of honey, taste of honey. A taste of honey. Touch of honey is a good name. So taste of Herb Alpert. Yes? Boy, Miss L, you and I are aging ourselves. Bee bonnet honey. I sure wish we could put that long of a name on there. We could call it honeybee. I mean, it really does remind me of a beautiful sunflower or a honeybee. But I love that idea of a touch of honey. I love that name. I think that's a great name. The other one, when I was trying to make the wine, and I ended up with that love-strucky shade of red, is, what are we going to call this thing? I gave it a name yesterday. Whoops, my finger still keeps transferring. Berry wine. Casey messaged me last night. She says it reminds her of crushed blackberries, like a blackberry smash. Blackberry smash. Okay, so this would be the berry wine, at least what it's called so far up on the website. It's going to look a lot like Wine and Roses to you. You can see all that beautiful wine and roses in there. Completely different from the Love Struck. Yeah, this is a much better way to spread them out than pour the whole thing on there in the paper, because then you can really see what these colors look like as they're spreading out. Where I left off at was a really gorgeous color called River Rock Blue, and the feed ended. Yesterday's video ended just as I was just playing around with this and say, okay, there's your 11 color lineup. Yeah, all the colors, almost all the colors presented yesterday. We do have a couple little surprises, but it's just a suggestion from the crew. My hands feel like I need to spray that right glove. I keep transferring red from my glove on my finger. Get this thing wiped off here. Yep, see, there's still some pink on that glove. All right. So this River Rock is, I didn't want to just do Phthalo Blue Green shade. I wanted to lift up the color. It does actually look blue in the bottle, even though it's a pretty dark blue. And more on the blue end than the green end of turquoise, but it's not like the vibrant aqua. Unlike the vibrant aqua, this is a blue, river rock blue. I was trying to nail the color of my cerulean. See, I'm challenged with working with colors with the mica all these years and being lucky enough, look at that beautiful river rock blue, and being fortunate enough to have the mica. And it adds such special, I just dipped this, almost dipped it in there. Oops, I did just dip that brown in there. Oops. Have a good weekend, Cindy. Oh, well, before you leave, Cindy, before you leave, I was going to do this at the end. Bonus for club members. What is this color? This color. Bye, Cindy. You'll see this when you come back and watch this again. I wanted you to see this before you logged off, sweetheart. Hope you have a good weekend. Good to see you here. So the River Rock Blue, pretty color. But what if I wanted to make it darker? Okay. Question to the audience. I have a turquoise. How do I make it deeper? Kind of like what Sandy just asked me. How do I darken my brown up? Right? That River Rock Blue got messed up. It got something in it. So we're going to do another River Rock Blue with some water in it. I'm going to do 2 of them here. So question to the audience. Oh my God, yes. Okay, so you, Nearly Neon. This would be a great name called Nearly Neon. That's not a bad idea. Okay, so I'm asking you guys seriously now. If I want to, Okay, so how the membership's working, Orion, is we've decided to start giving the specials to our members, our faithful customers, and not just every, excuse my French, Tom, Dick, and Harry that stops by the website. So that 20% coupon that you see on the website is going away in the next few days, and it won't be back. And then our affiliates will have coupons. They haven't been told yet, but their discount rate is also dropping. That gives us the ability to actually pay them more money because there's more profit in it if we're not giving it all away. And the membership drive has variations of anywhere from spending $295 for a $500 card all the way up to $1,500 for a $3,000 card, and it's 50% off. We've already had members buy 2 and 3 cards already because they're building them up in their value because they know the membership drive is going to end at the end of the month. We were going to do it on April 5th, but too many people still are waiting to get paid in April. So we're going to hold it off till the end of April. And there's a sampling program. There'll be private classes. There's a lot of perks that founding members will get. And once this whole thing is off the ground, people will join by paying like a $24.99 fee. And then based on their sales, they'll start gaining different perks as they go up to different binaries. We'll still have some kind of cards up there, but they're not going to be a 45 to 50% off. You're just not going to see that. We're doing this because we're trying to raise capital to retrofit the warehouse to do the watercolors, and the new rent got tripled, and I have to move. They're forcing me to move after 18 years out of this house. Okay, so there's the spiel on the cards. Back to the River Rock Blue. Saskia just got in. She can probably answer that question, but can somebody tell me in the room, Mrs. L, Orion Artist, Evelyn? Okay, Evelyn added something. She at least said add more blue. Yes, but if I just added more blue to this, it would make it more blue. If I had a deeper blue, that's true. But to deepen a color, you kind of want to, it's a term that they use called dirtying it up. It creates this depth. And so here is the straight river rock blue again on the water. Okay. What I do is add a purple. Now we have the new purple in this line. Oh, snap. You can use this. No, I wouldn't add orange, but interesting idea. Orange and blue would make a brown. I'm going to add 1 drop of the Oh Snap. That's that new violet I'm going to show you guys next. You can see it in here on the top. You can see that purple in there. I think I've got enough water in there to accommodate it. See how you got a real dark blue now? And that just deepened it, Evelyn. See the difference? Straight river rock blue on the right. You could add a little red, but you might get to purple. But adding that, and then another interesting way to test this. Boy, we're getting way out here in the weeds, but is, and I'm going to show you this anyway, so I might as well do it, is this is what we call a tertiary color, where the two of them might mix together. So if I say I was using Oh Snap, that's my version of Snapdragon in this. It's such a pretty color. And I was using the River Rock, trying to get a clean stick that doesn't have anything on it. Okay, so here's the old Snap. I want to get that water soaked in. There's the old Snap. Okay. Here's the River Rock Blue. And where the two of them meet, boy, that's a cool, look at this. They're like fighting each other in there. But where the two mix together, it will make this color that we made in here. This tertiary color. But I guess I have to have enough on there to really show you. I guess my paintbrush would help. So here is the River Rock Blue. And then painted directly into the Snapdragon where they meet, they make that color. That color in the middle is that color we just mixed in here, right? So it's also a way to go. I love and I love that color. Look at that tertiary color that it makes where they're mixing together, where the purple and the turquoise make this really, really, really deep blue. Yeah, these are gorgeous mixing. So, and then so we've covered the Oh Snap. We've covered the wine, we've covered the chocolate issue, the red oxide. Some of you didn't get a chance to see these 3, but I'm going to mix these in some of my colors today. So you're going to get a chance to see that cyan aqua. I'm going to clean up my table here because we didn't really make anything pretty yesterday. You buy what you want. Okay, yeah. So what did you, yeah. So what I do is I will, right now I'm creating the gift cards individually by hand. I'm having people buy 2 and 3, and then I'm just loading up their balance on one code. In the next week, we've already looking at the software. We're researching the software we want to use. There's going to be software to manage this. So when people sign up under the regular program, it's going to regulate and keep track of everybody's orders. So as they earn the perks, they earn the perks. That lady I spoke to day before yesterday, she says, you know what, the discounts don't excite me as much as the sampling program. Okay, so here's what I was going to show you guys as a little idea. Okay, the subject of neons has come up. What do you think of having some neons in the Purely Pigments? Thoughts? This isn't all of them. This is just like you got a neon orange, we got a neon magenta, we got a neon red, which I was going to put a drop of this into that Lustruct color, but because I hadn't shown this yet, I hadn't done this. We've got the neon yellow, there's a neon violet. This is a custom mix that I did. So why neons? Okay. Now it's not just for glow in the dark. Okay, I'm going to try to turn my camera around and do a face on. Yes, it's going to let me talk to you. Okay, so neons are gorgeous. Some people, I've had mixed reactions. Some people say, well, I don't really use neons. Okay. Is that because you think they glow in the dark? Catherine said it. Catherine said it. She just said because it brightens the color. And she's right. One of the secrets I have, there's a color called Gone Bananas in our Prism Pour line. Well, look who's back, Harley. Hi. Hi, buddy. Come here. Come on. You want to be part of this? Come on. Come on, buddy. Oh, no, he's going to give me a hard time today, but so the thing is, the neon will brighten your color. So the Gone Bananas, the secret to the Gone Bananas, when Saskia did that video and she showed how to do the funnel pour over the gray with the Gone Bananas, I'm holding him so he gets so mad that he'll run away. He'll run out. Hardly if I hold him long enough, he'll run away. Yeah. Okay, here he goes. Okay, the secret to the Gone Bananas is I added fluorescent yellow. Hey, Connie. Sorry, sweetheart. Hopefully you can watch the replay. So, yeah, you could see him trying to push away from me. I'm just trying to make it so it's not real pleasant for him to try to jump up on my stuff while I'm doing my thing. Anyway, yeah, is she still in the back of my chair? Oh, she is. Look at her all zonked out. Yeah, she likes to sit on the back of my chair while I'm working and usually doesn't say anything. So that yellow is this. I put a little bit of fluorescent yellow in the Gone Bananas. Take that in a little bit. So what you can do I have some custom mixes too. Like I made a periwinkle mix. I have a blue-green mix. We'll definitely have this mix because that's not something you can buy, right? I'll make some more mixes. They'll probably end up being 10 or 12. And Kathleen McGee made the suggestion, not sure what you guys think about this, like we have the bonus set 3, and then maybe do a 5-piece neon that you guys can buy that can go along with set 3. Because set 3 is in production right now. We're waiting for more jars. They're getting more colors from me. So if we add, I'm not adding it to the set. We make it a separate thing to where the neons are like in 5-packs. And then someone else, then you can get another 5-pack. If you're interested, let me know. Feedback is helpful. These are amazing. They're amazing to add to your other colors. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna add a little bit of this to the Barbie pink. What did we decide on? Cotton candy for this? Or I can add it to that Perry Bell color. And what if I could actually make a cell activator out of this? You need a pep talk? All right, Lobster Lady says she needs a pep talk. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'll get you my little cheering thing. I'll get out my little pom-poms. I'm happy to give you a pep talk, honey. 5 packs, 5 packs. Okay. So I'll figure out what the 5-pack will be. You're going to notice it up in the next few days. I just have to figure out what I'm going to do. And because we're getting all this coordinated anyway, so we might as well pull a 5-pack along with it since we're doing this. I'm getting the colors off my table. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm setting them aside so we have room to actually do a little bit of work here, because I'm not going to put my spinner on, even though I must admit it is way more convenient having that darn spinner. All right, I've talked myself into it. I'll bring the spinner up. It's just, it's messy. But if I'm going to do a Dutch pour, see my spinner right under the table? I'll pull this up for y'all because we haven't really done anything with playing with paint in a while, and considering I was down and sick, not feeling well, thinking I had food poisoning for those 2 days, pretty sure it was stress. Who said they want to see the neons? Yes, you are going to see the neons. Not necessarily today. I could play with this one. But, all right. So I'm going to put a paper towel here because I can't stand how messy my spinner is. So we're going to do a tiny bit of color mixing. Now, I've already got some interferences mixed up. Remember, we did that consistency test? Uh-oh. Is Jasmine back there? I guess she still is back there. Yeah. She's a good girl. Yep, you can do the same thing. So the membership thing, what happens is I'll make the card, right? And then you'll get an email with your card number sent to you. Yeah, that fuchsia is a pretty color. Okay, so in the last episode, I tried to do a Dutch pour. I'm not going to say it was very successful. But I did end up with a whole bunch of interferences already mixed up. I do have a couple of the pastel colors that I think we can dress up and doctor them up. I'm gonna just do a little test. God, that's a pretty color, but I don't know what's all in that. This one I know is the Cotton Candy Barbie Pink. Oop, you guys can't see what I'm doing here, sorry. This is the problem with the spinners. I only have so much space to show stuff off here in this little bitty area here. So here's what I think I want to do. I was fantasizing about my colors. I want to keep it really simple. I want to do something with the ochre, that ginger color. What do we call it? We're going to call this a taste of honey. Taste of honey, tasting much sweeter than wine. And then we're going to do something with the cotton candy. I want to do something with the cyan aqua. These are easy peasy to go together. And then because we got a turquoise in here, I'm going to also do the River Rock Blue. And I can dress up or just use this straight as an individual color. Let's do one of these neons to make it pretty. And maybe, I don't know. Do I mix this in and make this a cell activator? Or do I mix this? Do I make this a cell activator or this a cell activator? I'm thinking this, but this or this? You guys normally don't have decisions. Neon green for the cell activator. Okay. All right. Well, then we're going to set this aside. Let's actually see if that works, because remember, we're going to put it in white. Sorry about that, guys. Now, the cool thing about the Purely Pigments is once you're locked into, I hate the word pouring medium, but a base that works for you, we get very possessive. This thing doesn't want to open up for me very easily. Oh, come on, dude. Uh-oh. There we go. Got it. I was worried about that. It's a big jar of white cell activator. Definitely don't want that to not open up. What was I going to say? I actually lost my train of thought. I normally don't when I'm with you guys. I know that the white, we'll have to see how much neon green I have to put in there to turn that. But it will be kind of crazy to have that be our cell activator. So there's a lady here that wanted to see how to mix this. Was this you, Orion, or one other person? I need an open, yeah. I got them on Amazon super duper cheap. And it does all the different sizes because my right hand's a little numb. And so this really bails my little butt out of trouble all the time. All right, let's see how many drops this takes. Does anybody know? What do you want to know, sweetheart? That jar opener, I got it off of Amazon. I guess I'm going to have to put the link in the chat when we get off. I bought it off Amazon, and it's a multi-size jar opener. Okay, I'm going to go for it here. I'm not just going to put one drop in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. Because remember, this is white cell activator. It does have titanium dioxide in this. Still a little bit tepid for me. Now, one thing we do have to play with is the sour apple. What I could do, I think we did this one other time. 2, come on, get out of there, dude. Give me a full drop. Ah, it's so thick. This tells you these are straight paints, guys. There's no question about it. These are like the pure pigments. I'm just going to grab a little bit of sour apple off this just to darken the color. Because remember, we're trying to put a color in titanium dioxide, and I'll put a couple more in there. It's what, oh, that's 5 more drops. It's got to be enough now. I don't know. We'll see. So little sour apple that brought some color up for me, which means now the neon has a little bit more something to sit on top of. That's not a bad cell activator color. Bright? It depends on, well, it depends on somebody wants to know how long that, depends on how many events I'm doing. I mean, it's a, what is this, a 16 ounce? This was a canning jar I bought. I just keep refreshing it. Now, today, you're going to think I'm wasting it because I'm actually going to use it as the base of my Dutch pour too. I'm going to cheat just a little bit. Okay, let's look at the interferences. This is the interference green. That's interference blue because we're going to tint these. This is interference red. That's the gold. Ooh, look at that violet. That's definitely violet. Okay, well, with the red, I can start with this bit of honey. Now, I'm not going to tint this whole entire container of red. I think that's kind of a waste because I'm just going to do one little tiny Dutch pour, one little blob of color on an 8x8 canvas. So I don't need to go hog wild crazy. So I'm going to pour some of this interference red mix out after I stir this up. See how pretty that is? But I'm going to add a little blast of some more of this sparkle red. I'll put it in the cup that I'm going to do it with. I'm going to add a little bit of some extra sparkle red to the cup because I can, right? I want to, this is my paint mix, right? And let me pour some of this interference, looks like this was made with interference red and sparkle gold is what I can see. I'm going to pour a little bit, half of this off, save the other half for later. Remember, this is super thin, a lot of varnish. My Dutch pour mix is poly pour and varnish 50-50. It's really, really thin. So I've added some more sparkle red. Ooh, look at that. We got a little bit of bounce here. And let's add some of this Taste of Honey. That's a great name. Taste of honey. Tasting much sweeter than wine. Yes, that is Herb Albert. Ooh, look. Oh, guys and dolls. Wow. That's a pretty color. I'm okay with that. Oh, wow. Erica's here. Artist Till Death. Erica from Artist Till Death is here. Say hi, everybody, to Erica. Hey, Erica. How you doing, honey? Okay, so we got, this one is mixed with violet. Remember, these are bases that are already thinned down, really thin to Dutch pour. So let's add some of this cotton candy, basically Barbie pink. Get this all mixed up so you can see all that interference in there. Okay, let's add some of this cotton candy. Erica, we're revealing set 3 of the Purely Pigments. Is what we're doing right now, sweetheart. Okay, 1, 2, I'm gonna go with 3 drops of the cotton candy. Oh, whoa, in your face, wowzer, wowzer, wowzer. Okay, that's a pretty color. I'm ready for that. Now, the one with the blue, I'm gonna save for the River Rock Blue, and the one with the green, I'm gonna put the Cyan Aqua in. Now I have, like, same situation, I have way too much here. I'm not gonna tint this whole container. I only need a little bit for my project, even though I have it all mixed up. So let me get this mica stirred up from the bottom. This is that interference green. Yeah, there we go. There's that beautiful green. Let's pour a little bit of this off in this container. Save the rest for later. And add some of this gorgeous Cyan Aqua to it. 1, 2, was that 2 drops in there? I think that makes 3. I think I got a double drop on the second one. It's going to have a little bit of a green shade to it because it's in interference green. Hey, y'all. Hey, Janelle. Nice to see you. This definitely looks like Easter to me. And then we got this tub of interference blue. I'm looking for more mixing sticks. I've been staining all my sticks. I have a whole container of them, but where are they? Oh, here we go. They were hiding. There was a drawer above them. So again, same thing, same scenario. We're gonna mix this up and pour half of this off. I am not gonna waste all of this because what if I wanna put another color in this mix, right? So let's pour off some of this interference blue mixture. We'll save these others for later. All right, and then the River Rock Blue. This is such a pretty color. I'm so excited about this color. I think that was 3. That might have been 4. All right, now, this hot fuchsia, everybody wanted me to use this fuchsia color in a mix. Here's the River Rock Blue and the blue. Pretty, pretty color. And then we'll do I really don't know what's in this. I guess I could add the fuchsia to this. I think this color was actually Tempted Tulip, a primary element that we mixed up and thinned it down for the Dutch pour. Yep, it's real thin. I'll go ahead and add a little bit of this neon. Now this is not for sale yet, this neon purple, because the bonus for club members is going to be the neon green. So, yeah, I'm reading to see what I'm kind of confused about the Color Club 2. Renee, what are you confused about? People are joining the club. They're buying in at a big discount. That card will work for whatever amount of products you buy, if it's $500 worth of products or $150 worth of products, or we had a member buy $3,000 worth of products at 50% off. It cost her $1,500. Founding members have all kinds of extra perks. There's going to be classes. There's a sampling program. And the membership drives ends at the end of the month. If you go to the page that says Art of Color Club and ColorPlay deals, there's a lot of information to read if that helps you, honey. Okay, so this is that Tempted Tulip, that primary element we made last time. I'm going to go all in 3, 4, 5, ooh, big bubble of this neon and see what it does. That's because the everyday discount on the website, that 20%, we're not going to be doing 20% codes anymore. Members are going to get the coupon codes. Now, look what just happened to that color. Woo! I added that neon purple. Boy, did that change that to a beautiful neon purple. Yeah, I'm doing them by hand right now, but is there somebody that didn't get their card? Catherine, if there's somebody that I need to know about, let me know. Okay, so Penny, how it's working. You get 11 colors, and the pre-event, anybody that orders the pre-event will get the free white. If you're a club member, you're going to get the white and the neon green in this particular round. Club members ordering in a pre-order event will always get an extra perk, an extra gift. That's how we're going to do this. And because a lot of our products are all pre-order events, when we bring stuff out, many times you can order while it's in production and get a gift. So why not reward our club members also for pre-ordering? All right, let's get these colors off. I'm going to try another attempt at a little Dutch pour. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure. I love that purple so much. Yeah, but you know what? The purple is the oh snap, so the fluorescent purple will have to come in that 5-pack set, which, you know, I should have up in about a week. I just got to get photos, stuff, get the labs recipe. There's a lot of stuff to do to get that 5-pack up there for you guys. Okay, so here is a, well, I have a slightly larger canvas because I was hoping it would help me give a chance to kind of blow everything around, okay? And how this is going to work, I'm going to have to pull you up and over. And remember how sensitive this phone is without the cover not on it. See, it's already trying to kick me off just touching the phone. Not very cool. But in order to get a direction here with this, all right, so we got this set here. All right, so I'm going to cheat. So you guys can all say, did you see Leslie do a Dutch pour where the base was white cell activator? Oh my God. Well, it is a form of cheating. Okay, so what did you just say? Membership purchase. Yeah, okay, so then what happens is I'll send you an email with a welcome letter and your code. Okay? Oh, the mixing white in that other set is way too transparent. Oh my God. Uh, I mean, I use it, but it was so transparent that you guys need the white. We're calling it aqueous white. It's not it's not technically a zinc, but it's not a titanium. And it's going to, it's going to be better for mixing. I'll show you the color mixing with the white real easily. If you want to see me do, when we get done with this, if you want me to mix one color with the white so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's not like the mixing. The mixing white is really transparent. Too transparent, actually. We're going to fix that a little bit on the next round. But an aqueous white, I gave everybody an option, and we can still do it, the purple or the white. And I had so many people comment afterwards. I think it's because I showed these three blues. Where are those three blues? I showed you guys a test yesterday. These three blues are aqueous white. They all look slightly different. This is with red shade blue. This is with regular phthalo blue. But you can tell the difference where this one's made with the green shade blue, and it's all the same amount of white with just a couple drops of color. And so the aqueous white is going to give you the ability. Okay, I don't have any idea if I've got enough of this on here. But we're going to try this one more time. Okay, I want to do the River Rock, the darkest color on the bottom. But I'm trying to keep it to just a little bit of color because both times I've tried this, I had way too much color on my piece. There's that hot pink and Tempted Tulip, that neon purple and Tempted Tulip. This is that. Now I'm already getting too much paint on here. I can already tell that's too much. I think I'm going to put the yellow in next. Because everyone I've seen do Dutch pours, there's very little paint in this whole deal, right? All right, now I know I have some spots there. So what I'm going to do, this may help me also in my blowing. I'm going to put a ring of the white around this, right? So we know for sure there's plenty white cell activator around this. But then also, I think that putting that green around here is going to make me track how my blowing's doing. Because where I'm really failing is blowing it over and blowing it back. I can mix paint. I can do color consistency. But that certainly doesn't mean I'm an expert at the blow. I'm very comfortable with my bloom swipe. Very comfortable with that. And I could sit and do those all day long, and you guys would think, wow, look how pretty they are. But then I'm not pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. Since I'm right-handed, I'm moving all the paint from the right to the left, so I don't knock it over. And let's see if this works. Still feel like I want more green there. Okay, let's get this done. Now, I know I've been scolded. This was a gun that someone used very well because it had a high setting on the cool. See where it's got cool, low, high? Okay. And yet I was told by Saskia to go straight down and then over. To watch me do this? Oh, my God. Don't get too excited. I guess the trick is to not overwork it. I guess the trick is to really not overwork this, but feels so weird trying to do this with a right hand. Can't really do it with a left hand. That's all right. I just want a little more color. Now I could go in here and do what everybody does where they shape it. I could spin it. I mean, I guess I could spin this thing, right? Oh my God, it is really sparkly. Can you see how sparkly those colors are? Let's see if I can lift that up to you. Those colors are so beautiful. Definitely see that sparkle in that Aztec color, that ginger taste of honey. I am going to spin this, even though I know you don't normally spin out Dutch pours. The colors are pretty. I am not a master, though, at the blowing. I will admit that right off the bat. I don't blow that well. But I know that I could, like, go in and create a shape, right? You can do that. Go in and kind of create a shape. Say, I don't like that part. Oop, look at all that. Look at all that cell activator just came off. Do I spin it? I'm looking for comments now. Help. Nice bright colors. Having trouble using brown acrylic paint. Okay, love it. The colors are spectacular. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, well, I don't know if this is technically called a Dutch pour, but those colors are absolutely stunning. I'm really, 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 really thrilled with that. I love this. Oh my God, I love this corner right here. Remember how you hear yourself say that stuff? Yeah, where's my white? I know it's just a one little corner, but this little corner, it doesn't have any paint on it. And so I'm just going to make sure the white ends there. See, this is the beauty of having this spinner because I don't have to pick it up. Just make sure the white is there. Not bad. Maybe a little bit of work on a composition type of thing. But I am loving the colors that it gave me. And I'm really, really liking that cyan. And even the neon, oh my God, it's picking up that neon green, is kind of picking up a little sparkle. Not really, Sharon. I mean, I've had mine yellow a little bit depending upon where I store them. Can you guys see? I'm going to show the sparkle while I'm trying to answer everybody. Get a real slow gab at this. Oops. Don't drop it, Leslie. Don't drop it. Okay, get these gloves off. That way I've got some clean gloves to work with. Let's get this down. So there's a lot of questions about the club, the sale. Let me sit down and just, because we got right into the color mixing and I didn't do the whole thing, who I am and what I do. You know, I'm Leslie Ohnstad. I'm your host of, it's been out of stock, that spinner. Princess Jasmina asked about the glass spinner. It's been out of stock, but I can still send you the link with Amazon. So, little bit of business. The Art of Color Club membership. We're doing a membership drive. Raise capital to retrofit our building to bring out the Twinkling H2O line. That's our watercolor line we plan on making this summer. And the rent got tripled and I have to move. Yay! So we're doing a membership drive, we're raising capital. We're offering anywhere from 40 to 50% discount on that card if you buy it from now between April 30th. Now, the card is like a gift card. $295 for $500. That's 40% off. You can buy $500 worth of product with that card. You are responsible for the freight, depending upon where you live. But the card itself will buy you that product. It goes all the way up to 50% off at a $1,500 for a $3,000 card. I think there's one below that for 45%. There's all kinds of different tiers. There's one where someone gets started with $60 and they get $100 worth of products. We didn't want to make this to where money made it hard for you to get started. And then what we're going to do, club members are going to get the discounts. The website will no longer have coupon codes. You're going to go there and you're not going to see 20% off anymore. Members will get that discount sent to them. And it may only be 10%. And affiliates, we're doing a whole different program for Ream. We're changing their codes. What we're going to try to do is draw traffic to the affiliates. We want you to use their house code to buy from us, or the membership code that you get. When we do, we'll be doing a special artist month where you use their code and the member code that you've got, and combined might give you 12, 15, 18% off. We're going to do different specials throughout the year, but we're no longer going to give the house away. We're also going to have a sampling program. You got to get to the top tier for that, but founding members come in and all tiers are available to you. You guys get every perk for becoming a founding member because you started with us. Now, the sampling program, we're working on it right now. We've got a program where you check out, where there'll be a button that you box you check and say, I'm an Art of Color Club member. Please send me the sample of the week. And it will come with your order. The sampling program will make sure that you get whatever product is being shipped that week for the sample of the week will be included in your box. Once the initial membership drive is over, we will go to a regular $24.99 to join the membership. The software will keep track of people's purchases. Once somebody reaches like a tier, like say 500 in sales, 1,000 in sales, you know, there'll be tiers that people will reach. They will get more perks that come along with those tiers. But where we want to reward the people that have been faithful to ColorArte all this time. This whole idea came from one of you guys who said, you need a club for ColorArte addicts. Reward us, let us, give us. And then you know, when I was first releasing these Purely Pigments and I did a sample from Leslie's desk, that was one of the gifts I gave. How do I explain this? When I relaunched the Prism Pour, and we were making it in the archival color, I must have, and they're down the hall now about 20 feet from me, I have 3 huge buckets of test colors when I was trying to make the perfect butternut squash, the center of the butternut squash, that beautiful peachy pink. I was trying to make the perfect cerulean blue. And they're just sitting in a bucket. They're not doing anybody any good. I'm not going to use them. I'm going to move on to the next thing I got to do, right? So my thought was bundle them up in little 3-packs. Maybe make it so someone could buy them. Or maybe they're just part of a sample that you guys get that week. Or maybe they're just slipped in your box because you're a great customer. But it doesn't do me any good to have the samples of the test stuff that it's a beautiful color, but maybe it didn't make it into the line because there was a half a dozen colors that looked like that butternut squash. And only one made it into the line, right? So anyway, that's the deal with the member program. I did come the perfect time. It's great. Yeah. And then you're a full member. And then when I'm already looking into StreamYard, mostly because I can stream to multiple platforms. I should be able to do a live here and a live in YouTube too, right? But the beautiful thing is it will allow me to bring in co-hosts. It will allow me to bring in members, like I can have 9 people in there, or do some kind of live webinar where I don't know how many people will allow in the webinar, but we can do these private webinars that we can all participate and people can ask questions. And so getting something slipped in. Okay, I won't repeat that, but I agree with you, Princess Jasmina. You guys need to read what she just said. anyway, the Color My Art 20 code goes away soon. There's a 20% code on the website. The membership drive is still going on. We really love you guys. We appreciate you showing up. This new set is gonna be really exciting. I've already changed the names on the website, other than chocolate needs to be now chocolate drop, right? And I don't know, I'm just gonna say secret sample to members, but you saw it here. So you guys are gonna get the very first release of the neons before the neons are even out. So it's my pleasure, Sharon. Sharon saying thank you. Color Art After Dark. Thank you so much, Evelyn. I really appreciate it. We've got 39 people in here. We need to celebrate. We've got a great audience for Saturday. I can't wait to see you guys Tuesday. Now, these new Purely Pigment set number 3, it is first come, first serve. So we run out of something and we have to, because we've really been having troubles with running out of jars quicker than we can make them. But it is first come, first serve. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you loving color art. Hugs and kisses, you guys. My name is Leslie Ohnstad, and I'm your host of ColorPlay Live 3 days a week, Tuesdays and Fridays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Saturdays at 9. See you next time. Love you. Bye.